Hello and welcome everyone to another edition of Coach's Corner, our weekly coaches show where we sit down with the head coach of UAlbany football, Bob Ford. Coach, let's hop right into it. This Saturday against Central Connecticut at home, a tough loss. What are your just overall impressions of the game?
Well, I think we're not playing extremely well in offense, defense, or in the kicking game. We're mediocre at best. However, I have to continue to remind myself, the staff, and the squad, we're an extra point and a field goal away from being 3-1. So we just need to keep plodding away and eventually see if we can turn this season into a good one.
How tough is that for the kids to be so close in some of these contests?
Well, I talked to him this morning, and I said there's three tenses: the past, the present, and the future. We can't control the past. It's over, it's done, it's chiseled in stone. We can live in the present, and we can plan for the future. And that's what we've got to do. We've got to do a better job in the present every day at practice, and then we have to plan for the future. We're a third of the way through the 2013 schedule. We've got some great teams coming on the schedule, some great challenges, and we've got to get ready to play those teams.
Well, Coach, this past Saturday we did see Jake Meek go down, and he's been a very integral part, especially in recent weeks, having him come in and run that Wildcat. He's been a very effective runner. What's his health status as we saw him come off the field?
He has a high ankle sprain, and as of today, he would not be able to go. Now, it's hard to say how long those last. Each kid heals at a different rate, but high ankle sprains, in many cases, can go 2 to 3 weeks. So we'll have to wait and see where he is. He's number one, a phenomenal young man, great student, but an excellent football player. He's got size. I think he goes about 215, speed. He can throw the ball. He can run the ball. He can catch the ball. He's Jack Armstrong, All-American boy.
Coach, we haven't seen the offense really fire on all cylinders yet. Is this something that you guys are addressing in practice?
Yes, trying to. We've had some games where we've run the ball very, very well. We've had other games where we threw the ball okay. I don't think Will's hit his stride like he did last year yet. And I keep thinking that he's necked up a little bit. He doesn't share anything with the training staff or myself. He tries to battle through it, but I don't think he's thrown the ball anywhere close to what he would like or what Ryan McCarthy would like.
Obviously, this week you have Old Dominion and no rest for the weary. This is one of three games away from home that is going to be awfully challenging. What are some disadvantages going into that game, and maybe some possible advantages for you, Albany?
Well, I think the disadvantages are we'll be playing in front of a hostile crowd that will be pretty good size. They have a great stadium. It's amazing. They're a relatively young program. They started on the FCS immediately, just jumped right into that level of football and had success the first year. They spent 3 years on that level, and now they're a bowl division team. They have already played Maryland. They're going to play Pitt and North Carolina before the season's over. So they have really been on a fast track since that program began there. They've got a quarterback that is so elusive. He won the Player of the Year award in the FCS last year. He's just a great football player. And everything else you look at is good. The field goal kicker's 5 for 5 with a long of 52. The punter's averaging 40 yards a punt. They are explosive on offense. If you said, where is the advantage that we might have? I think we can probably run the football against them. And if we can do that, that will slow the game down a little bit, which is what we would like to have happen.
Coach, I remember the last time, and this is the last question before we let you go, the last time that you guys went on the road in front of a big crowd like this, I think at Youngstown State, and you guys really answered the bell despite the loss, hoping from the same type of effort from your kids?
Yes, no question. I think you look back at the Youngstown game, and it came down to the fourth quarter with probably about 5 minutes on the clock, and we made one of those mistakes that allowed them to win the game in the end. But I was extremely proud of the way the kids played in that ball game. Again, you don't want to keep talking about the scholarship deficiencies, but it's 35 versus 63, and that puts you in a little bit of a hole. Now, we'll come out of that hole in the next couple of years as we build up to 63, but right now, the kids have got to play a little over their head for us to win these games.
Coach, thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
All right, that'll do it for this week's edition of Coach's Corner. As always, you can catch us next week as we recap the Old Dominion game and look ahead to the rest of the CAA schedule. For Bob Ford, I'm Zach By. We'll see you next time.